Hi everyone, my name is Jenny Clark, Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and the reason I'm bringing you this video tonight is to talk about why. Why do you need a why? What is a why? And why is why important? Yes, I know, I'm being a dork. Oh wait, that's normal. So anybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge dork, so every now and then you're going to see the dork side of me come out, and that's cool because if a big huge dork like me can do this, then so can you. Ha! Anyway, so moving on, what is a why? A why is your reason for wanting to share Plexus with others, wanting to build the business, wanting to have that passion to move forward and share and help others. And so a why is like super huge and super important. And we'll talk about why that's so important here in a little bit. What is the why? Well, a why is going to be what you establish as your whole reason and passion for doing this. And so what you're going to think about, you're going to think back and you're going to say, okay, my goals are, and so if your goal is to be able to quit your job and be a stay-at-home mom, that's awesome. If your goal is to be able to catch up on a lot of bills and get out of debt, that's a great why. For me, I'll just give you an example of what my why is. My kids are getting older, so a lot of them are adults, but what's important to me is that, well, in my line of work, I'm a social worker, and I see people struggle every single day who are older and on a fixed income. And for me, I have this completely insane fear of being that person who has to live on a fixed income and can barely scrape by or make ends meet, and who ends up having to go get a job somewhere. And it breaks my heart every time I go into Walmart and I see a Walmart greeter who's in their 70s. And they have to use that little chair cart thingy and they have to sit in it and then they greet everybody. I love those people. My heart completely goes to the elderly big time. And so for me to see this, it just breaks my heart in half. And to know that oftentimes they have a spouse at home that might need some care and really needs just company and somebody to be there with them, and instead they have to go and work a job. And like I said, it gets me to the core, and I have this huge fear of that, and I never ever want to be that person. And so what Plexus offers me is that residual income that's going to come in all the time, every day. And so it's unlimited. The earning potential is unlimited, so it's to me, it's that security that I'm going to have when I'm older and hit that age. Yes, I've got a ways to go, but I haven't exactly been the best at investing. And so, this is going to be a huge thing for me in my future. I want to be able to provide for my grandkids. I want to be able to build a big barn and have a barn for my animals and things like that. I have really big goals. And so, I hate debt. I want to get out of debt as soon as possible. So that's another thing, and just to be able to have a why that really tugs at your heart. It makes you emotional and it just stirs the passion inside of you. That's the kind of why that you need to look for. It's important because why is your why important? Well, your why is important because let's just face it, this isn't necessarily easy street job. You don't just say, okay, well, I'm selling Plexus now and I'm sharing the products and the money's just going to roll on in. You're going to have your hard times and you're going to have your great times. And, it's just really important to have that why established, have it written down, keep it somewhere where you can go back and review it. Your why is going to change as you go. So just know as you grow and mature and as your team grows and the team matures, your why is going to change along with it. But it's super important to have that thing because you're going to go on the Plexus roller coaster ride. And so let's just go for a little bit of a ride on the Plexus roller coaster. So this is how this works. You first sign up with Plexus and you're super duper excited and you cannot wait to get your products. And you're like, yeah, I'm getting my health back, and my life's going to change and this is going to be awesome. And you're super excited. And so you share Plexus with people and you post that first post and you say, I'm so excited. I just joined Plexus and all these people are, I'm bringing my family with me and we're all going to get healthy and, things are going to go great and I can't wait to see my results. And then like 5 people comment on your post and they're wanting to know more information about Plexus, and you're just on this high. You're going high up with your Plexus. And, you know, the next day you have somebody sign up. You got your first ambassador. Oh my gosh. Even higher. And then you sign up another customer, and even higher. And then the next day you get a phone call from your first ambassador and say, you know, I ordered my welcome pack a while ago, and I haven't gotten it yet. And there may have been a shipping issue that you have to help them take care of. So then it starts to chip away a little bit. And then you have your first customer send you a message, and they say, you know, I'm not sure this Plexus thing is right for me. You know, before I got my products, I went on Google and I found Betty's blog that completely bashes everything all Plexus, and I'm scared to death to take it now. And then it starts to go a little bit down further, and you just go into a valley and you kind of hang out there. And then, you know, you watch a couple of training videos and you get your excitement back, and you go back. And if you did a why, you go back and review your why, and you're like, okay, this is why I'm doing this. I'm trying to help people. You know, I have my goals to help people, and I want to be a stay-at-home mom, and I don't want to have to worry about bills. I want to pay off my debt early. So then you're like, okay, well, let's start climbing back up. So you make another Facebook post, and you say, hey, oh my gosh, I'm already down like 4 inches in the last 2 weeks. That's insane. And then people are like, yes. And they're like cheering you on in your Plexus journey. And then they say, hey, can I have more information? And then you share more information. You get a couple more people to join your team. And then what happens is you build your team and you get a couple more people on, and you hit silver, and you're like, yeah. And you're up on the top again. And then what happens the next month is somebody shuts off their auto ship, and you see them go white line. Maybe something came along and they can't afford the products that month. And so you're losing them at least for a month. And maybe somebody else, you know, they come along and they're having a really bad die-off. And it scares them so bad that they just decide they're not going to do this anymore. You know, you start to come back down, and you crash. And then you can't add anybody for like 4 weeks. And you're thinking, oh, why am I doing this? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, and I'm posting on Facebook, and I'm sharing the products with everybody, and I'm trying to help people, and I'm following up, and, you know, they're running into little stumbling blocks, and it's scaring them off, and then so you're going to start crash back down. If you don't have that why in place, as soon as you hit that couple of low points, it's just so easy to just be like, you know what, this isn't for me, and throw in the towel. I can't do this. I can't handle this ups and downs thing, and I can't do this anymore. This why, and having a why that reaches into the depths of your soul and pulls you up off the floor whenever you're down like that, that is vital to your long-term success. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you going. It keeps you cheering on your team. It keeps you going after those people that might have had die-off symptoms and they're scared. And it keeps you following up with them and encouraging them to keep going and explain to them why and everything. And then at the end of the day, as you start to see more and more successes, the successes will start to outweigh the low points. And just so you know, that why is what picked you up and carried you through them points. The why is so important. So if you haven't already done so, I really want you to sit down and think about your why. What in the world could you do with 50 extra bucks a month, 100 extra bucks a month, 500 extra bucks a month? What could you do with $1,000 extra a month? What could you do with an extra 6 figures a month and driving that Lexus? What could you do? Who would you take with you to Hawaii? How would that feel? What would the smell of that new car smell do when you jump in that Lexus for the first time? These are the reasons that a why is so important, and a why will pull you through all of those low points, because trust me, you're going to hit them. If you haven't hit them yet, they're going to hit you, and you got to have a reason to come back up out of them, and that is why the why is so important. So if you haven't done one, get busy.